friends. Welcome to episode 1 of our little mini-series, One Element to Rule Them All, how water creates, contains, and embodies every other element. So if you're one of the people who thinks that water is just one of the elements, I invite you to keep watching. Today, water's element is earth. Now you might think that water and earth are actually separate elements, but water is actually the source of earth. And, in the beginning, there was actually no dry land on the whole planet at all. This whole earth was just a massive, endless super ocean called Panthalassa. It was a whole world of pure water with no continents for eons before land masses rose up as Turtle Island from the depths. And it's in scriptures, too. Like in the Christian Bible, for example, when Genesis describes God as placing the firmament of the earth inside an endless expanse of primordial water, opening that earthy space in between the waters above and the waters below. Even in the mainstream Western scientific cosmology, for whatever that's worth, the earth was formed by water. They say the whole early solar system was inside this water-rich nebula filled with vapor and ice and hydrogen and all these different forms of water. So all of the matter that eventually became this planet in that worldview gathered around the water droplets as this moisture was dense enough to actually make all of that cosmic dust sticky and cohesive and able to accumulate together eventually into the planet that we now call Earth. Now, not only did water create Earth, but just like with all other elements, water also contains Earth in the form, of course, of dissolved minerals and electrolytes. Water is the universal solvent, right? Always absorbing and becoming a liquid mirror of the landscapes through which water flows, constantly licking stones into oblivion and digesting them and recirculating them through every single living body on Earth as suspended minerals. This eons-long erosive devotion is, of course, what carved the Grand Canyon and the limestone cenote cathedrals of the Yucatan. By the way, you can come swim with me there at the Water is Life retreat coming up soon. All the beautiful landscapes that you know and love, they are a visible signature of water's ancient patience and her sensual, digestive artistry. And when you learn to see through the eyes of water, this whole planet stops looking so much like a rock and starts looking like just an eons-long ongoing water sculpture. And of course, when water eats and consumes and contains the earth in that way, those minerals dissolve into their ionic forms as what we call electrolytes, which travel through your bloodstream with the exact same directive intelligence that they once used to nourish the rivers. And that earth element suspended in water maintains voltage, it moves nutrients, it conducts and all the impulses in your body, and it reminds your body that it is fundamentally built from the exact same water-driven processes that shaped the land beneath your feet. Not only does water create and contain the earth, but finally, of course, just as with all other elements, water embodies the earth element. When in its frozen phase, it takes on the solidity and the gravitas of Madre Tierra, so that liquid water actually becomes its own solid, earthy, crystallized terrain, like on glaciers and polar caps, and even in your glass of ice water. So water is not just one of the elements. Water is the queen of all elements. It's like Thales of Miletus said, water is all. And as Goethe said, water is the ground of all being. So don't be fooled, friends. Water runs this ship. You understand water, and you understand everything. So until the next episode, be well and be water, my friends.